Again, first time meeting Tom, but been in town about 30 years now. Served on various boards and committees over the years. On the advisory committee, on the select board for 2 terms, and gotten away from it and slowly getting pulled back into a few things. So happy to be here.
Are you retired, Brian?
I'm not retired, still working, civil engineer. So yeah, a few more years to go, but
Thank you for coming back.
Okay.
All right, welcome back, Brian. Next is public comment. Is there any public comment online? There's no one in the room.
There is no
Nobody
online either.
All right, perfect. We'll go to 4 administrative business, approved meeting minutes from June 17th of 2025. Any questions or comments
I
for
have.
Vanessa on them?
I have one correction and. We left out seconded on a motion.
Alrighty.
Next, hold on, sorry. So it's the line 49. Approve the minutes for May 2nd and June 10th. Mr. Malinowski made a motion to approve the May 2nd, 2025. There's no second on it.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
So I know I probably seconded, but it needs to be in there, so it's an official
So
vote.
just have
Yeah.
someone rewatch the video, insert whoever seconded it,
Yeah.
and
Will do.
submit them assuming we approve them. Any other comments? Thank you for that, Joanne.
Nope, that was the only thing.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure we're going, I think, second.
So, yeah, so just we'll confirm it and.
Mhm.
All right, so I'll move that we approve the meeting minutes with that one correction. So,
Second.
all right, seconded by John.
Yep.
Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye. I'll abstain.
All right, so no opposed and 1 abstain. So 401 vote on that. Employee transition report.
Just wanted to let the board know that our new senior center program manager started this past Monday. Peg, of course, was elevated to our senior center director after Pam retired. So Laura's on board now, and we're thrilled that she's here.
Any questions or comments?
No.
All right, next is approved request to set vacation accrual rate. For SAP section 11B2.
Sure. So you have 2 requests before you today. We'll start with Laura again. We are looking for your approval to set Laura at the 3-week vacation rate based on her past experience in the program world. And there's a detailed memo as well as her resume attached.
Any questions on Laura?
No.
How about, I'll let you do the pronunciation.
Raylene Gallagher.
Really?
Raylene was actually appointed last night by the select board, so we wanted to jump on your ability to meet today and ask the same for Raylene. She's coming to us from the Franklin Senior Center as well as many years working for Tri-Valley as a case manager. So she'll be starting on July 31st as the new outreach coordinator in the Council on Aging. You might know Cindy Beard, who's been here for about 27 or 28 years, retired on June 30th.
Thank you. Any questions?
No.
I'll just make a comment that because of every employee we are appointing, we're getting these requests. So I think the personnel board is likely going to have to think about what language we have as part of whether do it at the fall town meeting or the spring.
We could just change it.
Yeah, I know we've been talking about it for probably 4 years at this point, and we've had varying views, but I think it's time for another discussion. But with that being said, I will move that we approve the request to set the vacation accrual rate at 3 weeks for Laura West and Raylene Galvin.
Second.
Any further discussion? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, that carries unanimously. Next is a follow-up on our last board meeting. So Mark can weigh in here too, but he took a general summary back to the select board to say, how do you want to receive this from the personnel board? Do you want a meeting? Do you want a presentation? Do you want a memo? The memo was the chosen route. Do you have that?
That's not sure. That's not yours, is it? Yeah. No, I did see it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, thanks, John.
The memo was to chosen route. So, what I did is I went back, read the minutes, watched the discussion again. And tried to as brief as you could be, summarize, where I think we're at. Now, knowing that it's a complicated topic, I would think that one, or a good post for whenever they're gonna discuss this, just to get the questions out there as opposed to having theoretical questions based on a memo, but at least this is a primer for their packet. So we're bringing forward to the personnel board today just to say, are you okay with the content? Does it jive with what we voted on? I realize, Brian, you weren't there for that. And is there anything else that we think we need to substantively add to make it clear our position or the course that we are proposing they take, subject to obviously town meeting funding, the recommendation.
I think your letter covered it well. I think it had.
I think it absolutely hit the nail on the head, but it turns out, like you just said previously, we're getting behind the eight ball because to bring in new people, we're having to pay them as much or more people we've had here for 10 years.
So this will hopefully
Yeah.
fix that.
Yeah, well, I wish there was a way that we could just fix it instead of putting it in front of them, in front of everybody, but, you know, it'll be interesting to hear if we get to the town meeting with this. I think it should go through fine, but in today's age, I don't know. And I think it would be a real slap in the face for the people we're trying to correct and who we've been hearing from for the last year and a half or 3 years, anyway, something that's better. So I think this is a good first step.
Any questions
So
on?
can I ask one question?
Go ahead.
So as I was going through, and apologize if, you know, this
No,
was discussed.
This is important to get caught up on, make sure you're on the same page, yeah.
So notice that so the employees that we're looking to move up all to the step 8,
Mm-hmm.
some are starting with various grades.
Yeah.
And was there consideration to like a certain number of step increase for everybody as opposed to moving everybody to 8? Because I know some are at 6 going to 8, some are at 4 going to 8, and I just want to make sure that there's
Yeah,
equity in that.
so in general, a step was supposed to, when we put the step system back in place a couple of years ago, each step is supposed to represent 1 year of satisfactory performance or greater.
Yep.
And recognize that value to the town with the additional compensation that comes from that step increase. When we put people on the grid, because we had people off the grid for 10-ish years, it was clunky at best.
Yep.
And because of, we were doing a salary and wage survey and like pay, right, and I'm doing all of that at the same time. We mapped folks, we got the grades right first, right? So we made sure that everyone was still in the right grade.
Mhm.
And then we mapped them to the highest, like within their grade, we took their current hourly rate and went to the next step.
Yep.
Unfortunately, in some instances, right, without calling out certain positions, it put them at step 1. So even though they had X number of years of service to the town,
Mhm.
because of where they had been, whether it be a regrading of the position or just the history of when they were hired, what they agreed to in the negotiation with whoever the hiring, it wasn't perfect. So because town meeting did not approve us doing a formal outside view of this, we had to try to take I'll call it a middle of the road approach to at least attempt to bridge the gap for 1 more year.
Mhm.
And then let the salary survey, which theoretically the town meeting needs to approve this year because we're required by the SAP, otherwise we've got to change the wording in the SAP. Hopefully we'll be able to correct it, but we thought, at least in my opinion, putting forward something is better than nothing to create the goodwill with these long tenured employees and not letting this go another 2 years was the main objective.
Mhm.
Is it perfect? It is absolutely not perfect, but we had to do something that was not biased towards any one position and not biased towards any particular fact and circumstance.
Mhm.
And at our last meeting, after we discussed this, there was the room was full of employees. There was no public comment from employees, either during the discussion or after, that related to this topic in terms of, so I take in those instances, because that group is always very honest with us about,
Mhm.
I took that as you're on the right path, in their opinion.
I heard from a couple of people and they were happy,
Okay,
so.
good to know.
I think the other thing, that happened when we did the study, the Commons Foundation did the study. People, the employees were given the initial, what the, and they, if they had a gripe, they were supposed to be given the opportunity to review it again with the Commons Foundation.
Mhm.
And I think the Commons Foundation let us down from those follow-ups. Maybe in some cases, they didn't even.
Collins Center. There's separate Collins Foundation, has nothing to do with municipal government. UMass Collins Center,
What
yeah,
did I say? The foundation?
foundation, yeah.
I think that put us a little bit behind the 8 ball to begin.
We have a lot of lessons learned for next time we get to do this,
I think we might get it right.
yes, so. All right, any further questions on the memo?
No.
All right, I'll move that the personnel board approve the draft memo for submission to the select board. Is there a second?
Second,
Any further discussion? All in favor? Any opposed? Okay, that passes unanimously. All right, other business. So just a preview of agenda items, a few things. One, I'm still here. I told you I was leaving. So I have, much like Brian's introduction, early on, I have agreed to just make sure we see this through before I move on. So while Paul appointed me for 3 years, I will revisit in the late summer, early fall. But I'm very happy to have a full board and want to give Paul time to find support. So I'm here. So with that being said, my intention is that we will reorganize at the next meeting. So anyone that has any strong desires for any roles, or we keep the status quo, I think we do need to fill a few things, but just to know that's coming. What I would like to use our next meeting on in August, and my intention would be probably try to do it virtually if people are traveling. And I know Doreen, you have some commitments that may or may not be able to attend. That we just outline where we want to go as personnel board this year. Brian may take some kind of figure out what we did last year, what we did 2 years ago,
Mhm.
just right. And I think that determines our level of effort and our agenda going forward. Obviously, my intention would be likely, Mark, if we can schedule our personnel board meeting after the select board have taken up this, because I think that will largely dictate where we go, right? If they're supportive of direction, I think we go a different path. If they're not supportive of the direction we go, then we're kind of back 3 meetings ago. So I think we need to hear that. So I don't think we're gonna set a meeting date today, but I think just once we know where they're going, that will kind of set where we go for August. Are there any other agenda items, though, that any of you want kind of put forward there? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Any other business for today?
No.
All right, I'll make a motion to adjourn at 9:15. Is there a second?
second.
Any further discussion? All right, all in favor? Aye. All right, you're adjourned.
First meeting
Thank
ever.
you.